There isn't any question that I feel like somebody's asked me, when they know that I'm gay, that, is uncomfortable or anything like that. The one question I get the most often, I guess, if I really had to kind of narrow it down and dig deep for one, would just be asking, what to call, my husband. They're like, should I call him your spouse? Is it husband? Is it partner? What term do you want? And I think it's really folks wanting to be inclusive and knowing that people in the LGBT community use different terms to designate their significant other. So I appreciate that people want to find that right term. It's the same reason folks will ask about, what pronouns do you prefer to use? Do you go by he, his, and him, or she and her, or what are you using to identify yourself? And I think it's a great thing. And I think that's a real good mental switch that folks have made because they really want to make sure that you are feeling respected and that the words that they're using accurately reflect that relationship, reflect how you identify. And I think is a real great thing for our country and for our world that people are starting to think like that. It was a couple years after graduation from Marquette, I started noticing that some of my LGBT classmates had started moving away from the Milwaukee area. They were heading to Chicago, to DC, to New York, LA, other places across the country. And I asked one of them, I said, why is that? And their response to me was, well, there are no opportunities to be an out professional in Milwaukee. It just doesn't exist here. And I knew that that was wrong. I knew that there were great opportunities for LGBT individuals. And I knew there were LGBT people in leadership positions all across the community. But what I realized is that we needed to do a better job of making sure that we were building that LGBT business and professional community in Milwaukee and in all of Wisconsin. So we ended up launching the LGBT Chamber as a way to say, how can we bring together these individuals from all across the state to really promote economic development opportunities, to promote professional development, and to really create kind of that business culture. And it's something that I'm really proud of. In about 3.5 years, we've been able to grow the Chamber to nearly 400 different businesses and organizations as members. We've done a multitude of events around the state. But more importantly than that, we've helped businesses get business. We've helped employers hire LGBT people. We've helped retain employees here in our state. And to me, that's how I define the success. We did in 2015 probably about 50 some events around the state as the Chamber, from networking events to our Business Diversity Summit, to our Wedding Expo, to you name it, a bunch of different things like that. And I can tell you that there has not been one event that we've done where I've not gotten a call, a text, an email, some sort of message afterwards from folks saying, I got a new contract, I got a new client, I met someone who's just going to be a great friend, and I'm really excited. I know that we are helping connect people and really create a pro-fairness business community in this state, and I'm really proud of that. When we launched the Chamber, I wasn't sure what it would turn into or how big it would grow. For me, it was a way to say, how can we really help show that Milwaukee, that Madison, that Appleton, Green Bay, that Wisconsin is a place where you can be who you are from the moment you walk in the door, that you can be supported, you can be cared about, and that we can provide those opportunities. I really defined it as, I want to make a pro-fairness business community here in this state. And I'm proud of the work that we've been able to do, and I hope it continues to grow. And every year we've seen the Chamber continue to get a little bigger and a little bigger, to do more, to have a larger impact. And I'm really excited to see what's going to happen over the next few years as we continue to grow. I think the biggest problem that LGBT individuals really struggle with yet today is, kind of that full equality. And I think in particular it's around somewhat even a public education of, what does the LGBT movement mean? I think a lot of people assumed it was just marriage equality, but I think there's a whole lot more that needs to be done. I think it includes the whole idea of gender identity and explaining that to folks. I think the biggest area that we have yet to focus on, I know we are, but the biggest opportunities for growth is supporting our trans brothers and sisters and making sure that we are building a really inclusive community and really educating the public on what sexual orientation and gender identity and expression mean and is. And once we figure out and identify for the public what those mean, It's making sure that we are advancing policies that will protect those individuals.